A profound and historically charged case has arrived at the International Court of Justice. It is capturing global attention and raising fundamental questions about state responsibility. In this case, formerly known as Nicaragua versus Germany, the Federal Republic of Germany stands accused of facilitating genocide in Gaza. The core allegation, Germany's financial, military, and political support to Israel, amounted to significant financial support, military support, and political support, allegedly breaching the Genocide Convention. The International Court of Justice is the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. Established in 1945, seated in the Peace Palace in The Hague, it settles disputes submitted by states and issues advisory opinions. Only countries appear before it. It has general jurisdiction across international law, border disputes, maritime rights, treaty violations, and human rights obligations. 15 judges are elected by the General Assembly and Security Council for 9-year terms. ICJ authority rests on consent by treaty clauses, declarations, or case agreements. Article 9 allows parties to bring disputes about interpretation or application before the ICJ. Decisions bind the parties, though the court has no police power. The Genocide Convention, adopted in 1948, codified genocide as a crime under international law, born from the horrors of World War II and the Holocaust. Polish Jewish lawyer Raphael Lemkin coined the term and drove its adoption. It is a collective promise: never again. Genocide requires prohibited acts against national, ethnical, racial, or religious groups. Acts include killing, serious harm, creating destructive conditions, preventing births, and transferring children. The central element is specific intent, dolus specialis, to destroy the group, in whole or in part. Courts infer intent from conduct patterns, statements, and context. States undertake to prevent and punish genocide. Prevention is a positive duty. Complicity, incitement, and attempt are also prohibited. Nicaragua vs. Germany lays out allegations focused on actions since October 2023. The primary claim: Germany failed to prevent genocide and contributed through sustained support. Nicaragua argues Germany knew of a serious risk of genocide in Gaza, yet continued military and political assistance. A central pillar is Germany as an arms supplier amid increased exports after October 7, 2023, providing weapons, ammunition, and technology allegedly used in prohibited acts. The court will scrutinize aid nature, approvals, and evidence of civilian harm. Suspended UNRWA funding is alleged to have worsened humanitarian conditions. Nicaragua seeks provisional measures to halt arms exports and resume UNRWA funding. Germany rejects the claim, citing self-defense and rigorous legal reviews. To understand Germany's position, we must face its darkest chapter. The Holocaust indelibly shaped German identity and policy. Post-war, a culture of reckoning, Vergangenheitsbewältigung, took root. Support for Israel became a Staatsräson, a reason of state. A robust partnership spans diplomacy, economy, culture, and security. Germany is a significant supplier of advanced military hardware. After Hamas attacks, many saw support for Israel as a moral imperative. For some, the accusation is a wrenching inversion of history. Critics argue historical duty must not mean unconditional support. Germany faces a painful dilemma between allegiance and universal law. What threshold shows the situation in Gaza plausibly falls within the convention? Does a serious risk of genocide exist? Judges will weigh UN findings, statements, and the scale of destruction. Did Germany know, or should it have known, the risks linked to its assistance? Did Germany use all reasonably available means to prevent prohibited acts? How did diplomacy, public statements, and influence factor into prevention? Complicity requires specific knowledge that aid would facilitate genocidal acts. The court must distinguish political support from aid given with such awareness. This distinction lies at the heart of the case. judgment turns on knowledge, intent, and risk. Evidence is the bedrock at the ICJ. Nicaragua must present credible, compelling proof. Official records on German export approvals will be key. Public statements inform knowledge and intent. UN agencies, special rapporteurs, Amnesty, and Human Rights Watch document harm. Reports outline destruction, casualties, and humanitarian crisis. The challenge is linking events in Gaza to Germany's actions and knowledge. Germany counters with lawful procedures and a self-defense framing. Complicity requires proof of knowledge of genocidal intent by the principal actor. Outcome hinges on how judges read a complex evidentiary mosaic. Possible outcomes range from dismissal to breach of duty to complicity. Dismissal would vindicate Germany and relieve Western allies. A breach of the duty to prevent would be a serious legal rebuke. A complicity finding would be seismic, likely halting support and reshaping policy. Interim orders could require halting arms and restoring aid, signaling urgent risk. Even without final judgment, provisional measures carry heavy weight. The case tests the duty to prevent, raising the costs of military, financial, and political backing. It recalibrates sovereignty against international responsibility. Whatever the outcome, the court will define limits of allegiance and duties of bystanders, and shape the legal landscape and the pursuit of justice for years to come.